Hey everybody, this is the last quarterfinal game of the 1987 Summer Sprint. We are just past kickoff. That's the guest wrong run for 8 yards on first down. Let's look at the ball position real quick. So Ann Arbor got the ball first, and they have run 3 plays. So they got their second first down. So joining late as I was just finishing another game. So let's see how these two teams do. They played a 16-13 game in the regular season with Ann Arbor winning by a field goal in overtime. There's a 1 yard run. It's the defensive end. Move this over here. Off tackle right to Horde. Guess right, goes nowhere. 4th and 1. And he's going to go for it. Going 3 wide. Let me get this game win count here so Anthony can join me. His play-by-play is much better than mine, to be honest. Off tackle left to Rick Feeney. He's being keyed. Oh, my stars and garters. Unless it goes in the defensive card, this play is sunk. It goes in the defensive card, and it's still sunk. Pittsburgh with a huge stop there on 4th and 1. Pittsburgh has good average, good run defense, average pass. And Arbor has average run and good pass. So they're flipped with each other. Good. Anthony's going to be able to join us. And he can take over the play-by-play. First and 10, Steve DeBerg and the offense of Pittsburgh are on the field. Slant to Clarence K, covered by a 4. Guess right, extra long gain. The 4 makes the play. Oh my, that would have been likely a touchdown right off the bat. Second and 10. Pro set against the standard 3-4, not showing blitz. You can see some pass rush there inside linebacker Carl Banks, defensive end Freddie Nunn. And Freddie Nunn also has an asterisk, so it's a 4-12-3 up the middle draw to Gerald Riggs. Is going to pick up 5, setting up 3rd and 5. Pro set still against 3-4, it looks like. Not showing blitz. Off tackle right to Riggs, 6 yards, and he moved the inside linebacker. So even though it's a white die 1, there's no containment there. Pepper Johnson was taked out by that run. Riggs, 2 runs for 11 yards. First and 10 at the Ann Arbor 30. Pitch out right to Will Height. Man in the zone. Goes in the offensive card for 2 yards. You know he was shooting for that 6, plus 29. See if that gets Dyke to call a run once in a while, knowing that threat's looming. Second and 8 at the 28. Slow going here as these coaches deliberately call their plays. Quick out right to Clarence K. Nobody there. On the quarterback's card for 6, setting up 3rd and 2. Pro set there on 3rd and 2. Off tackle right to Riggs. The nose tackle cannot make the play. It's a 3-yard pickup and another Pittsburgh first down. Pitch to Willie Gall, 2-man in zone. Guessed right. And it was just a 3 on the D card, so Michael hoping that history doesn't repeat itself. Taking his time. Click that button. Oh, it goes on the quarterback's card, 7-yard pickup. Man, oh man, is this pace a little slow or is it just me? Second and 3. There we go. Picking it up a little bit. Same matchup, pro set against the 3-4. It's a run call this time. Off tackle right to Riggs. Looking for that block from the offensive tackle. Can't get it. It's only a 2-yard pickup. But that sets up a 3rd and 1 at the 10. Good stuff there by Tyke. That would have been a first down without that linebacker in the zone. Oh no, same result. 3rd and 1. Off tackle right to Riggs. Offensive onside ends. Clarence K. He's going to make the block. 5-yard pickup, 1st and goal. See, 3-4. Not showing blitz. And it's a touchdown. Guess strong run right up the middle to Gene, the dancing machine Lang. And he takes it into the end zone. So Pittsburgh takes advantage of that turnover. and cashes it in for an early 7-0 lead after the extra point. And the kickoff is out down to the 15 and returned to the 33, and that's where Ann Arbor will start their second. I'll be right back. Hey. Good. Can you do me a favor and put that on a plate for me?
That steak?
Yeah, I'm gonna heat up right here.
Is he awake?
Yeah, he will be soon.
Why can't he? Can we get up already? I'm concerned. It's very strange.
Here.
What's this for?
For Rainer.
She's a sweet little puppy.
Yeah, she's a good dog. Okay, back. What do we got? 3rd and 10 out to the 44. Boomer Esiason is the quarterback for these Ann Arbor Fighting Otters. Is that the actual name? Might just be Ann Arbor Otters. Ann Arbor Otters in this one. Quick out left to Steve Jordan. There is nobody there. Covered by a 6, but there's going to be guest run on the quarterback's card and on the receiver reading. It hits the short game, right or wrong. I believe that's the. Oh no, it needed to be wrong to be short game. And that gets him a first down. I think Tyke was the last one to pick his quarterback, so one of the last ones. Boomer's got decent must runs, but throws some picks and doesn't have quite the accuracy of some of the other quarterbacks in the set. Let's see if Anthony's in yet. Goes deep. Clark is double covered. Must run taken away there. 2nd and 10 at the Pittsburgh 42. Troy Stratford and Alfred Anderson are in the backfield. Pitch out right to Stratford. Nobody in the zone, but the defensive end is 6. So it's going to lose 2 yards. All right, Anthony.
It is.
Hey, take over here. I'm going to go
Right.
get my other kids some food. So it's all yours.
Naturally, I've got the Airbnb getting their lawn mowed as I do this.
Well,
it's
yeah.
gonna be-
After the sprinklers went on and that grass grew, you got to cut it back a little bit. So it's full circle.
and right up to my face here at times, so this might be a little trouble hearing me. How did Pittsburgh score before you run away?
Oh, yeah. So let me give you up to speed. So Ann Arbor got the ball first. They drove kind of towards midfield at their own 40 or so, and they were facing a 4th and 1. They decided to go for it. Correct key on gosh, who was that running back? Doesn't really matter, but it was correctly keyed on Gene. Gene Lane got the touchdown. Let's see. Let's look at the box score. That'll tell me
The
who
other
it
way,
is.
gotcha.
It was Rick Feeney got
Gene Lane.
keyed. So
Okay,
Feeney was
gotcha.
correctly keyed, turned the ball over at the 40. He dinked and dunked it, 5-yard run and 5-yard passed it down the field and punched it in the end zone. Then
Nice.
you just saw the subsequent drive by Ann Arbor ended in Pittsburgh territory, but they couldn't convert and they punted on 3rd and long. And now we're here at the 22, 1st and 10.
Very good. Thank you.
All right, I'll be back.
All right. So DeBerg tries to throw to Riggs. I think Riggs has a surprisingly decent receiving card for being Gerald Riggs this year for some reason. Still with Atlanta. This would be his last year in Atlanta. Maybe it's a question. I know in '89 for sure he was with Washington. Not sure about '88. Nonetheless, he was really good for Atlanta that year. Wilhite goes around the end for nothing, quick 3rd and long. John Settle takes the halfback position, or does he? The formation's not in yet. Here it is, 3 wide with Gene Lang in the backfield. Now, Gene Lang, not to be confused with somebody who reminds me of a game show host. What's his name? Gene, is it Gene Lang? Or am I thinking a Gene and a Lang and putting it together? I think that's what's going on. I think somebody else with the first name Lang, somebody else with the last name Lang, first name Gene. Bomb to Morris, who's double teamed, and he hits DeBerg's 4 double team completion, which is obviously just a 3 out of 36 chance. Gets it. And it's a 1st down in Ann Arbor territory. So it looked like we were heading toward a quick 3 and out for Pittsburgh. Instead, chance to get in scoring position here. Number 2 and number 3 small ball teams in all of summer sprint. Sideline, Kinnan, there's some small ball. Guessed right, short gain for 13. Up to the 34, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh, interestingly constructed. You got the offensive line for a short pass and long pass attack. But then you have Clarence K, who's captain flat pass. Steve DeBerg, not exactly your guy short and long. He's not bad short and long, but he's not. He's a good flat guy. So that protection, not much short passing and long passing going on. Guessed right, Riggs. Those tackles going to make the play. Still gets 4, 2nd and 6. Chicago receivers. I don't have it in front of me here. I'm not on my computer as usual, et cetera, but Hagen, I want to say among the middle of the pack of receivers, maybe middle early, which was probably because they're a decent receiver set, but also they bring some returning skills. 2nd and 6. Up the middle, Gerald Riggs just gets 2. Disappointing results for Pittsburgh. Pro set, Riggs and Wilhite. So, because we have the Washington fullbacks, no, Washington halfbacks. Denver fullback tight end crew. Up the middle, Riggs needs 4 yards, gets not that. He's going to lose a yard here. Push him back to the 29. And here comes Eddie Murray. He hits it. 2 through 6, 12 is good from 46 yards. 10-0 Pittsburgh. 12:54 left, second quarter. Kickoff is out of our view for some reason, but we see Ann Arbor at the 27. First and 10, we see Boomer Esiason. Boomer Esiason got about 2 out of 3 pass attempts this year. He played Esiason a lot versus Pittsburgh. Goes deep here, guessed wrong. Gonna get yards. Yes. Art Monk brings it in for 27. Ann Arbor not one to throw long often in the regular season. Breaks some tendencies there against these 4 corners. An attractive proposition. First and 10. Another quick draw here. Looks like we've sort of missed it, but the play call, but long pass is incomplete. Second and 10. Two long passes in a row. Obviously, the alternating quarterbacks from Ann Arbor that we're familiar with now, Turk Schoner is the flat pass specialist. Esiason, there was a good amount of flat passes too, although it's not his strong suit. He's better short and long. And we have a pitch out. Stratford here. Guessed wrong on second. So whose card does it go to? It goes to Stratford's card. Gets 6.
I am back.
4 at the Pittsburgh 4.
Looks like we got a
Nope.
eight play drive, 49 yards, and wound up in a field goal.
We did.
Nice.
Long pass on 3rd and 10 with double team completion on DeBerg's card. Set it up.
Got it.
And now 3rd and no contain here. And look at this. Esiason stays in. It's a pitch out. Guessed wrong. Stratford has the advantage here if it can go to his card for sure. Even if it doesn't, he should be able to find 4, does he?
An earlier end run landed on the D cards on that defensive end, and he lost 2 yards. So that 6th defensive end. Oh, it's the left one. Never mind. Still a 5.
He gets a short gain there. Guessed right. Not sure what that would have been. Let's take a look. No gain.
No gain.
Pittsburgh playing with a 10-0 lead here. Maybe leading on that pass call a little bit. As a result, Ann Arbor takes advantage. First and 10. $14 yards somehow. Guessed wrong.
6.
Straight to Stratford.
Yeah, 6 in the middle. 2 guys on the right, but the left was left alone with a 5, and you got the white die 6.
Off tackle Stratford again. Guessed wrong. Lot of guessed wrong running here. Gets 5 this time. 2nd and 5 at the 8. Full house. Hampton enters the game. Hampton, very few carries. I think under 5 on the season. There's Finney and Stratford. This team, one of the least line bucking teams in the league. Yeah, you see they go off tackle there. And 3rd and 2 now from the 5.
Hampton has a nice short pass card, so it's a good back to bring in full house inside the 10.
Where'd you go to Miami, Lorenzo Hampton? Is that right?
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, check it out. He's got lots of hits there. Guessed wrong.
I mean
for
Miami
half-
University. University of Miami, the U. That's
Oh,
what I was
yeah.
gonna- I thought.
Gotcha. He went to Miami U and then went to Miami in the pros.
Yeah, I think so. 3rd and 2 now. Sticks full house. Off tackle. Just a man there for Stratford. Loses a yard. 4th and 3. Decision time for Ann Arbor. They'll likely kick. Here with 7:48 left in the second quarter. Oh, thinking about it. And goes
22 out of 36 chances for that to be a first down. Guessed right.
Hmm. I'm guessing run here, putting 4 men in. Hoping for a miss on the receiver card.
Yeah, let the cards work for you.
And that's exactly what happens, huh?
Down and out to Troy Stratford. Incomplete on the receiver's card. Guessed wrong.
Yeah, that's what you're hoping for there.
So 2 fourth down stands for these Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm gonna go on mute here for a second. I'll just.
Yep. I like it. You got a couple guys on YouTube that I'll watch their videos where they go to these abandoned properties and give it a good lawn cutting. Up the middle to Joe Briggs, guessed right, but it hits the D card, no min in zone. That's a 9-yard pickup. But it's very relaxing just to see the mess of a yard turn into something pristine. So 2nd and 1, 6:54 to go in the half. Pittsburgh, that's a 10-0 lead. You got the ball, and they love to use up all the time. Put a nice, long, slow drive together. There is a good play, though, by Ann Arbor. 2 linebackers in zone. Linebacker in right zone, -1 or +3. He loses a yard on 2nd and 1. Now 3rd and 2. Ann Arbor wants to force a 3 and out so they can get the ball back and put their own drive together.
I'm back. In case I have to go, let me announce 2 things here on this 3rd and 2. Let's get this 3rd and 2 in first. Fumble!
Fumble! Recovered by the D. Huge play there for Ann Arbor.
Yes. Puts them right back in business.
Yeah, both of these teams, I think they have that. Ann Arbor has the 6th quarterback wide receiver fumble rating, which is fairly tough to live with. And Pittsburgh has the 5. So both these guys are going to turn it over an inordinate amount.
And they play a ton of small ball, both of them do. So
yes.
When you get those receiver readings on flat passes, and you're going to fumble more.
That's the wrong slant pass here. Finds a blank. So both coaches are kicking themselves for their bad luck, but Pittsburgh's got that 10-0 lead. They've had a little bit more of the good luck. So what were you going to say?
I was going to say, number 1, the Rochester Jeffersons will select the winner of this game as their opponent. So
that puts me up against Erie.
Number 2, it looks like I'm moving out of here tomorrow, and I should get internet tomorrow, but who knows? So hard to say when I'll be able to play. So just keep that in mind.
So you're moving out and into another Airbnb or into your final home?
Final home.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, yeah, I won't believe it till it happens, but thank you. 3rd and 10. Nice guest run, right? And then we have a jump here. It's really jumping. This watch game is jumping on me. I don't know if it's jumping on you. Incomplete 4th and 10.
Yeah, it's got to be the internet on your side. It looks good on my side, and I'm watching it on the stream as well. So uh, hopefully it's not the broadcast, but I think we're okay.
Right, cool.
The field goal was good. Makes it a 1 point score again, a 1 score lead, I should say. And Pittsburgh will get the ball at their own 20. So both teams taking advantage of turnovers to get some points. DeBerg at quarterback, Will Height and Riggs in the backfield. Up the middle to Riggs.
Right.
9-yard run on the halfback's card. Sets up a 2nd and 1. Now, remember, this is what we had on their previous drive. They stuffed it for a yard loss on 2nd down and then got a fumble off of a completed flat pass on 3rd down. Makes those receiver readings adventurous. No, go ahead.
See, Pittsburgh kind of an exception with the linebuckers. Most teams are outside running teams. Pittsburgh can run it inside with the best of them.
Get that 6 center, that helps. Obviously expecting a run call there, didn't get it. 3rd and 1 now.
Take a very strong defensive caller, I found. 2 good coaches here. Ugh, I cannot escape noise.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Tomorrow I have 5 acres all to myself. Today, not so much.
Well, there's got to be a lot of prep going on too to get ready for the move. So
Yes, indeed. Pitch out. Will Height.
Yep.
He gets 12. Now he's dangerous. If you take a look at that card when you can, it's such an interesting card, right? Isn't that Will Height who has the plus 20 something or something on his 6?
Yeah, plus 29 on 6, and when on his touchdown drive, he was down there on the 30 and shooting for it. Didn't quite get it, but yeah, I'm sure we'll see it at least once this game. I would guess. And even the threat of it is good because it helps induce a few more run calls than normal. And Arbor has a pretty fierce pass rush with the Giants linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he just missed it. 2-minute
What does it look
warning.
like? Guessed right.
It
Will Height.
is. It is nothing special, but
Yeah,
you're
not
not
bad.
losing a lot of yards. Yeah.
Yep.
You don't have any of those -6, -7
Yep.
results. Up the middle drop, it's at 5. Sets up 3rd and 5.
Well, not 2 down territory here, in all likelihood, unless you feel pretty desperate that you're the underdog or something. So I wouldn't expect a run here.
Well, one thing that might be in the back of his mind is that he's facing a base 3-4. You can run a draw. Oh, and he goes for the pass. Double team. See, if you were to run a draw on that play to the right, that's an 18-yard gain or 17-yard gain. Or
Yes.
something like that.
It sure is. The boxes. For as rough as Eddie Murray's card is, Jim Arnold's is really nice. might have been the best in the set. Right up there. And Ann Arbor is not built for this.
He has 8 unfatigued carries from Stratford and 10 from Alfred Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on defense. I want him to pick up a couple of first downs and use more carries up.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
As long as it drive-ins and no points.
Right. Offense takes the time out. Anderson, more of an inside guy. He has the most line bucks on the team. Stratford just a really strong off tackle and end run. Might be looking to get out of bounds here. Let's see. Maybe throws it instead. Back to Stratford inside. Well, off tackle anyway. Another short game.
So now you're starting to worry a little bit on defense. You can get into field goal range. Let's take a look at his kicker. Really nice for this set. 2 through 10 out to the 22, 2 through 9 out to the 32. So you're looking for 1, 2, 3 more first downs. Picks up 4 on that end run. Gets out of bounds. 2nd and 6.
It's getting pretty desperate here. You're going to have to get points using all these Stratford carries. Can't get out of here empty.
Right. And Michael's like, okay, keep running 4 yards at a time. I'm happy with that. Screen left hits a blank on the receiver card, so that'll be 3rd and 6. Another Stratford carry. This time goes nowhere. So that's taken him down to 4. Just 4 carries before fatigue hits. And that was an effective drive if you're Pittsburgh. So you wasted 4 of those carries and you got him to punt. And you're going into the half up 10-3. Eight seconds left. I expect to see a couple of DeBerg knees here if necessary. Probably just one, and they'll let the clock run. And they do. And it looks like we're going to carry right on. Pittsburgh gets the ball first here. They'd love to go up 2 scores.
If you had said anything to me in the last 3-4 minutes, I did not hear it because of the sounds. Sorry.
I was just pontificating on the meaning of life. We'll catch up on those words of wisdom later. Offensive recovers that one. But yeah, those receiver readings, especially in a dink and dunk offense, man, that may explain their 13-16 score in the regular season.
Yeah. My one loss came to Ann Arbor. He fumbled 4 times. I didn't recover it once. He fumbled 3 times in one drive, a touchdown drive, all on flat passes, I believe, and I didn't recover one of them.
I think that's one of the things that people overlook when they select a quarterback is the quarterback wide receiver fumble rating. Although you publish it, so it's out there.
Yeah, it's out there. If this blower ever turns off, I'll talk about it, but going back on mute.
Sounds good. It's a slant to Clarence K. Misses his receiver reading. Interesting about the D cards, that's a 3-minute zone short pass card for the good D. It has a receiver reading on 3, whereas the average has a blank there. But of course, there's more. The long gain on an average pass card is on a better number and such. But just one of the oddities. Here's left out square out left there. Would have got guessed wrong, picks up 12. Guessed right would have been 6. Pittsburgh moving the ball on this drive. And look at those sack chances, even on the defensive end, a +11 or +47. And he's going. He's chugging. He's moving. He says, I don't need that +29. I'm taking this inside the 10-yard line to the 9. But as you can see from the pass rush matchup, on a short pass, there are some dangerous sack chances for Ann Arbor. 72% from Carl Banks when he's coming, 90% from Banks on his asterisk reading, 48 from Freddie Nunn, Freddie second to none, and 52% from Lawrence Taylor. Let's see if the D comes up here. It's a slant to Clarence Gay. Guess wrong. 4-minute zone, incomplete. And I believe with the average pass card, 4-minute zone, that's a receiver reading. So, that's why you draft those D units. Sweet. To Gerald Riggs, guessed right. Goes nowhere. That would have been a receiver reading on a short pass. Would have been guessed wrong. Would have been a touchdown. So the cat and mouse game is in full effect here. Gene Lang in the backfield on 3rd and 9. Now you don't want to turn it over. You want to get that 2-score lead, but you also don't want to just give up. So he's going to try a short pass.
What does Gene Lang give you on the run? I don't even know.
He's not one of the better runners. He did pick up a touchdown on their first drive, but that was when they were inside the 5 or something.
Yeah, he's not getting you 9 yards. Interesting.
No. Yeah.
Interesting. Because a sack, which is possible here, you can easily turn over. It's more than the interception on the good defense here.
Yeah, 5-yard run by Lang.
Lots of ways to turn it over.
Slant to Clarence K. Guess right. 4-minute zone. Fumble! You called it, and the defense recovers. Like, what are you doing? Just run the ball.
Yep.
That 2-score lead.
Yep. Michael.
And he didn't even show blitz on that. If it wasn't the black, maybe that's why he threw it, because he wasn't showing blitz.
Right. Yeah, that would be a reason.
24% chance of a sack. Random was a 22. And when you're inside the 9, you don't get those bonuses from the linebackers coming either. So that was straight 11 on a 7. Sweep left to Alfred Anderson. He says, I may be running out of Troy Stratford carries, but I got some short game bullets in Alfred Anderson's card. And he hits one of those right there. 9 unfatigued carries left for Alfred Anderson.
Might have been the second group taken, Jordan and Anderson, I think. Second or third group tight ends.
He's got double team catches. But he's covered by a 6, so we haven't seen a lot of action to Jordan today. Jack Schiff can't make the play. Linebacker in zone is a 4 against the white die 6. 2nd and 7.
Yeah, the fumble's a major factor when drafting, I would say. Really interesting. We could talk about summer sprint draft and that impact, but just to note with the ratings coming out yesterday that Kansas City has a 5 fumble rating. I don't think I've seen a 5 in a modern set in a few years.
Yeah, I wonder what caused that. Was it a lot of strip sack fumbles on Mahomes, or did the receivers really fumble it that much?
All right.
Check it out.
Was this last year in the playoffs, this past year, where they had the famous fumble that was picked up and run and advanced, was it? I forget what.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Fly to Clark, guessed wrong, but he hits the D card. You tell me when I can stop doing the play-by-play and you can take over.
I'm good.
You're good? Okay, go for it.
The lawnmower has left, so I
Okay,
can
go. It's all yours.
All right, so Ricky Sanders, one of the 3 amigos, can't bring it in. One of his better cards. And it's a 4th and 7, so just a major field position hit if the punt returner can hold on to the ball, and the loss of points for Pittsburgh on that red zone interception here. Stark goes 44 yards. McKinnon can do some damage. Fumble on 10, TD on 3. Gets 16 on the return card. So sets up shop at the 35, is it? No, 37. Dennis, if you're there, we have
35.
an error.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Yep, it's at the 37. Sorry. My bad.
Will Height can't find it for a big one. Just gets a yard. 2nd and 9. Base 3-4 for Ann Arbor. Going up the gut to Riggs. Man in zone. No man in zone, excuse me. Left guard makes the play. 3rd and 4. This is the Miami offensive line, I believe, for 1st round pick for Pittsburgh. I took Miami 1st round in our 89 season or 90 season. And on this 3rd down, he's not going to get it. 4th and 5. Going to punt away 58 yards out for Arnold. Not prime position, but pretty good position. Looks like it's to the 13 or so. And Bobby Joe, good returner. Just gets 2. Seattle Seahawk legend, Edmonds.
Yeah, he was great. I wanted that card. I wanted that return card. You can see it's got some pretty fun numbers there.
Yes, sure does. Going deep again. Against the 4. Opportunity here with no man back. He's sacked and he fumbles. It's picked up by the defense.
Turnabout is fair play.
27%, eh?
Yeah, 27%. Random was a 22. Just like the previous one, I think it was like a 24, and the random was a 22.
Yep. That stuck at the 9-yard line.
Esiason 4 for 15 for 66 yards.
Run.
Yeah, what's I was gonna say? What do you do here? Run, or do you risk another?
With 6:36 left in the 3rd, I'm run. You got to be here.
Well, he's calling run, and he's guessed wrong.
He got him. Good job, Michael.
He says, "I got your run right here. I'm gonna run it into the end zone celebration dance after I throw a bullet to good old Willie Galt."
Murray makes it where others miss on the 11. 17-3. 6:18 left.
So die by the pass and live by the pass. That's what Pittsburgh did there.
So not yet classified as a critical or must score drive, but the importance is mounting here now for Ann Arbor to get the offense going. Boomer's been trying deep. He's had chances. Connected on one or two. We've seen Ann Arbor throw deep more this game than usual.
Yeah, one thing, you're facing the average passing card. Half the rolls go on the defensive card. So it's trying to connect on one of those against one of those fours. Stratford's covered by a 4, Monk's covered by a 4, Clark's covered by a 4. I know Stratford's covered by a 5. Excuse me. Anderson's covered by a 4. Can he go deep? He cannot. Is Stratford halfback? No, he's only halfback only. So you might want to go 2 tight ends and 1 back so that you get the 4 cover on Stratford. One of these last 4 carries for Tony or Troy. He makes it count. Troy's got 3 left. But you got 20 minutes left in your season, maybe. So you might as well use them. Don't save them.
Yep. And Feeney can do some work too. Feeney, the hero of the Ann Arbor win over Pittsburgh, with some key carries late.
Oh yeah, he's got some nice stuff up the middle and off tackle. Guess wrong.
Just 2 there, 2nd and 8. Stays with Feeney in the backfield with Stratford. He's been showing that long pass a lot. That's got to be on Michael's mind. And correctly guessed there by Ann Arbor. Takes advantage of the likely pass call. And it's 9 yards. Yes, it is for Feeney. Can you check Feeney? Oh, Feeney's not in anymore. I'm curious of his carries.
He has like 10 carries available in the game. I think I checked the last time. Let's see. When he's in there again, I'll check it. 8 for Alfred Anderson, 13 for Lorenzo Hampton, who we haven't seen much. He's got a decent card. He's got some short gains.
Yep. And he's not low usage. Screen pass Hampton.
Well, we don't play with the low usage rule, so that's not a worry.
Right.
But yeah, he might only have 10, 12 carries as well.
Hampton stays in on this 2nd and 5. You can plod this drive. No reason you can't take your time here. Take advantage of a defense leaning pass. Here's a run call. Guess wrong. 14.
Yeah, Hampton's a weapon. That is a nice short flat pass guessed wrong card. Guess right's got some good numbers on there too. So Ann Arbor is just because Stratford's running low on carries. They're not out of weapons.
It's been all Boomer. I haven't seen Turk at all since I've joined. Guessed right, Hampton. Goes the defensive card, but he makes the play. 2nd and 8.
Now here's an interesting scenario. If you get in, let's say inside the 30, I'm still kicking a field goal, even though I'm going to be down 11. Because there's so much time left. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, because Biasucci's so good. If you get inside, you get to the 27, then yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, you don't have those usual bailouts like in a normal modern league where you can get a jump off on a 4th down try. You're kind of a little bit less ambitious on 4th downs, I think, in this format.
Yeah. I've certainly been that way.
Now, if you get to like 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, these runners are very good guess right. So maybe you're just as ambitious in that circumstance.
And here's a 3rd and 4. It's an off tackle. Hampton, good chance of converting here. Does not. So 4th and 3 from the 29. A little bit of variable risk, and Biasucci's not good long, but he is good here. Best in the set. Stays in
Is this
this
where
range.
maybe we see Turk Schoner here get a little flat pass action, but no, he's going with Esiason still.
In the 3 wide, so might be relying on Feeney's not being afraid of the 1 die here. Fly to
Fly to
Clark.
Clark. He's going big.
Man is back. Miss it.
Interesting that Mike didn't leave that long pass zone open like many of us would have. But either way, it's incomplete on a 7.
Now Pittsburgh's in control. Score here, and it's going to be a very, very tall mountain. Any points at all. Two-score lead. You can be aggressive if you want to. Good first down call by the defense. Still gets 9. That's deflating for Ann Arbor. You snuffed that out nicely.
When you're on the losing end of this kind of game, you're like feeling your hopes slip away the later it gets.
And that sort of first down run certainly makes you feel that way. Sneak to DeBerg. He's going to get it.
70 guessed wrong run. I don't know if it was wrong or right. Anyway, if that was close to a fumble. So 7% chance of a fumble there, 7.9%.
Keed would have gotten the fumble, but you're not going to key there on 2nd down.
Yeah.
Falls incomplete with 2 men in zone, 2nd and 10. Down to 14:06, getting in prime punt range here for Jim Arnold. Guessed wrong. Going to get 6 yards. Sets up a 3rd and decent.
Guess right would have kept the containing effect there. Interesting group of linebackers there for Ann Arbor with 2 6s on the outside and then the 2 guys in the middle. You call run, you can just leave everybody where they're at, maybe move the free safety up to stop against the short pass.
Going to goal. Guessed right. Needs 4. Fumbles. Offense gets
recovers.
it. Hooey. Huge first down for Pitt. Going to be able to bleed a few more minutes off the clock at least, and maybe get 3 points out of it.
You get a field goal here, that's a 3-score game. That's pretty much game over with that offense that you're facing.
Well, the Achilles heel is the kicker for Pitt. 5-yard gain on first down. I think you're aren't you coin flip all the way up to the 12 or something like that?
I'll check it out. Eddie Murray. Yeah, you need to get at least inside the 22 to make it a coin flip in your favor. Otherwise, it's a coin flip against you.
3rd and 5. Interesting spot here. Typically, many of us would not mind taking a sack here because it just makes better punt position with this lead. But with the fumble of DeBerg,
exactly. And not with those fumble chances.
Yeah.
But they stayed base. Again, I'm not sure I like this, but Although you're probably not going to see Michael call a draw here.
Guess wrong.
Throws it to 6.
McKinnon gets it and does not fumble. He thought about it, though. Decided to hang on to it in another huge third down conversion. I understand the thought process there from Tyke. Good chance he was going to try to set it up for a 4th and 1. Wanted to get in the way of that. But the flat pass connects. It's Lang and Wilhite. Riggs taking a seat here on this first down.
I think they're better runners, receivers than they are runners. Like that lane card. And Wilhite. Wilhite's not much of a pass catcher. Ooh wee! Flat pass, guessed wrong. Dancing through the raindrops. He just misses a long gain on Galt's card. Needs 3 more yards to get that 2 through 7 activated.
That's a long way to go for a 2 through 7, all the way up to the 22. Little reward for lots of effort. Second
burning
and 10.
Clock. That's a big deal, burning clock at this point.
Men in zone guessed wrong. Goes to Riggs' card. That's where it needed to go. Gets 6, 3rd and 4 again.
Let's check that. Let's check that card again. Yeah, 2 through 7. 13 to 22. If you can get to the 12-yard line, you get that 2 through 10 bump.
Yeah. Again, guessed wrong. McKinnon gets it for another first down. And this time to the 10, not the 9.
Right. That's right. Would have been 4 yards. Still a first down, but certainly you feel better with the field goal chances here.
Yes, you sure do. Passing, guessed right. 4 men in zone. Sorry, it's flat pass. Gets 4. Does not go full house. Riggs around the end. Down to the 1.
No gain, guess right.
Work your fumble chances here if you're Michael. Obviously, no chance of a fumble if you get +1, but no gain or whatnot. And he's in. Guessed wrong. Gerald Riggs. That could seal the deal. 8:06 left. 23-3. Murray 2 through 12.
Even keyed, that was a +1.
Wow.
Well, the Bengals quarterback finally caught up and bit Tyke in the butt.
Yeah, they weren't taken super late early. He targeted them. He had some choices there, and probably liked the Schoner kicker, so to speak. I was not eyeing them. They were really not on my board. Just thought Esiason just wasn't good enough. And that fumble that goes along with it. Probably.
He could have taken the Raiders quarterbacks, right? The ones you took?
Yeah. I would imagine if I were to look at the model, if I had it in front of me, that the fumble really dinged this group.
Yeah, I agree.
I assign negative 40 yards to a lost fumble. And, that's factored in there, the fact that you can get it half the time and not take it. penalize it with a -2 though, which is still real. But overall, tough to overcome that fumble over the long haul. I got my own fumble problems, and but having that on top of you all game long is a tough one.
I'm gonna
Froze
exit
up?
and rejoin. It seemed like nothing was going on, and I wanted to do this anyway because of that error that showed up.
Mm-hmm. Oops. Any thoughts on the ratings guide that you saw, Dennis?
I haven't even looked at it. Oh, this is bad. Are you able to join on your computer?
I am not.
Yeah, let me kill. There's a ghost copy running. I think they're locked, but I could be wrong. When I tried to join as a spectator, had some crazy messages there.
You've had to take a look at Russell Wilson's ratings, I assume. Not so
I
bad.
did. I did. Yeah, usable. All right, we're back in. First and 10, 6:18 to go. Out to Van Arbor 46. I'm just not sure what to do with that second pick and out and wind, because you're not going to get a chance to get a quarterback very often.
Would you like to trade it?
Is it worth moving up to get Stroud, or just staying put and taking Anthony Richardson or the Carolina guy? What's his name? Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
Or
How would you get Stroud? Explain that to me.
Giving something up to Dave Will to move up from 1-2 to 1-1.
He seems stuck with Stroud.
And he's got Purdy too, so
Yeah.
you never know. I think Gary's trying to get him too, so we'll see.
Well, if you want to move down, I'd be happy to talk to you.
Yeah, probably not moving down. I would probably take Witherspoon or a quarterback. Yeah, too. Just got to figure out who I don't know who's going to be a long-term bet, because you spend 2 on a quarterback that washes out, that goes the it looks like they are stuck, the Christian Ponder route or something like that.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
I mean, Richardson showed good flashes, He's probably not worth number 2, but then Bryce Young's probably not worth number 2.
So what are you targeting then if you're looking to move up? Are you looking to move up to 1.2 and then move up to 1.1 to get Stroud?
If I got number 2, yeah, 2's probably not worth the money, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Because you're better off going 4 or 5 and getting what's left of Young or Richardson, right?
Yeah, that's probably true.
And both are good. I mean, Richardson's interesting because obviously no reason to believe he's going to be less vulnerable to injury as much as they're going to hype him up to stay in the pocket, blah, blah, blah. He won't. But all you need is 100 attempts, You just got to watch the stat sheets and just, count it down, right, till you get to 100.
Yeah.
And once you get to 100, you're good.
Well, I don't know. I guess we could. I mean, if they don't put a number back up here pretty quick, the game is, for all intents and purposes, over.
Yes, it is.
We could shut it down. Let's see if they pop a number in here.
I made my first autumn wind deal today. I moved guard Graham Glasgow for a third rounder.
Nice.
He's a 5'3". He got shorted. He shouldn't have been 5'3". Should be a little better than that.
Is that with Mark?
That was with Seattle. What's his name?
Not Seattle.
New England.
I'm
Excuse
Seattle.
New England. New England.
Gotcha.
New England.
Fair enough. So you're looking to tear it down then, get some picks and just go whole hog on the youth.
Well, the team is highly mediocre this year. I mean, there's some good shining stars out there. In a 30-team league, it could be very competitive, no doubt. But
Yeah.
it doesn't have, with Gino and number of whole and just no wide receivers except Komet. There's just not much explosion out of the offense other than running it a zillion times. So there's a pathway. I mean, when you have 230 carry backs, you're going to get a lot of guess wrong passing, but you need receivers to make make them pay for that.
Yeah.
And
For
Komet,
sure.
as good as he is, he's not going to make you pay for guess wrong, with explosive play.
Well,
Tight ends very important in autumn wind,
oh, for sure.
but got to have something better at receiver. I mean, Shakir got the short end of the stick too. There was a couple where the ratings just did not reflect their season. Shakir led the league in catch percentage, had 18 yards a catch, and he's a typical 30-something catch guy. Despite that, he finished 39 catches, but really good numbers, but not good enough. Didn't get any sort of boost from his individual performance. So yeah, and
And his
Elijah
yardage-
Moore, 60 catches, got nothing either. So
he doesn't have that giant yardage that you'd like on that kind of card.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we giving up.
I think we are. Let me reach out to Mike real quick.
Mhm.
They may have reconnected and not shared the ID. Or maybe they had to reboot, so that's causing the delay. Oh, they never disconnected. Oh, so I guess when they were saying, "Are you stuck?" one of the coaches was just not,
Yeah.
and not giving the game their full attention. Okay. So we're down to 242. Haven't seen any change in the score. And they moved the ball. So that's what the problem is with this type of offense, where you're really relying on the flat pass and the running game. It takes you a while in game clock time to move it down the field. And I'm sure Tyke would like to at least get a touchdown.
So if I do take Pittsburgh, then it's Pittsburgh, Rochester, and then it's Erie, Seattle in the semis. And Erie beat you in the regular season, is that correct?
They did, yes. Along with a lot of other teams. This is not a great Seattle team.
Was it close? I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I think I had a touchdown in the last minute that made it look a little closer. Guess wrong run, hit the dreaded 5 there. Let's take a look. Erie, Seattle.
Now, how are you looking at your league manager? You have a second monitor, maybe?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was 31-25, but it was 31-17 with 12:18 to go in the fourth quarter, and I got a touchdown with 5 minutes left. Went for two to make it a 6-point game, and I couldn't get the ball back to threaten him.
Mhm.
4th and 7 now, 30 seconds left. Letting the clock run, one last play. 12 yards out, go to one of your big average yardage receivers, Sanders, Clark, or Verdeen. He goes for the sneak. He needs the 8.
Beat that nose tackle, maybe.
Boomer,
Fumbles.
one last fumble for the road, Boomer. That pretty much sums up the game.
How many? Jeez. A lot of fumble chances, a lot of fumbles, too.
Yeah, let's take a look at the box score. Let's see if they'll come on. Let me put that out there. Have a quick chat with them. But total fumbles, only 6. But of the 6 fumble chances, 4 of them resulted in turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
And they were big too. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
sack fumbles that stopped a scoring drive or created a scoring drive are two that come out to me. So
Well,
we
I
got Mike
expected a
here.
tighter battle here, I'll tell you that much. Here's Michael.
Yeah. Congratulations, Michael.
Yeah, obviously I got very lucky today with a lot of rolls, a lot of missed receiver cards on his side, and the fumbles were just crazy. Every flat, felt like I completed, it was fumbled.
Both
Yeah,
of them.
those. I know you didn't draft this team, but that was one of the problems. Is that after you got past the first group of quarterbacks, uh, all the other quarterbacks had their flaws, whether it was completions or fumbles or a little bit of both. So you kind of got stuck with your group has a lot of fumbles as well. Tyke's group is worse. He has a 6 fumble rating. You have a 5, but both of them are troublesome.
Yeah, I mean, I know the last fumble I recovered there, but of the 5 fumbles, I recovered 3 of them. Yeah, 3 of them. So I was pretty lucky.
We were going over when you were driving up 10-3, and you
Yeah,
had the ball
I know. It was
inside the
9.
10-yard line, and you decided to pass it on 3rd and long instead of running it just to get that 2-score lead. He strip sacks you, recovers the ball. Were you kicking yourself after that one?
Well, I was actually kicking myself for the call on first down. I
Mm-hmm.
think I ran it or I threw it, and I forget exactly what I did, but I said, "Oh, I should have went the other way on that down." No, on third down, in that situation, I don't really care if I get sacked. It's not going to hurt me that bad. You might as well take a shot. I mean, how many times do I run the ball inside the 10 all the time? And
Well,
a lot of
you
times I sit there going, I know about the 10-point lead and
yeah,
everything, but you can't play scared,
I like it.
as
I
you
like
would
it.
say.
And you did exactly that on the next time you got the ball from him on a strip sack or
Yeah,
receiver fumble. I can't remember
that
which,
was
but you got the
huge.
ball
You're
right
right.
away. You were on the 9 again, and again you went for the short pass. He had called run this time,
Yeah.
and you cashed it in on a pass from DeBerg to Galt. Did you feel that when you went up 2 scores that the game is pretty much over then?
No, no, it wasn't. The way he came back on me last time, I was never. I, I knew I was kind of getting lucky stopping him. I knew at any point that could turn around, so I was not confident. Now, when I was up 14 and I was driving, my field goal kick is not very good. He's 2 to 6 from 40 in the 40 range, and he's only 2 to 7 from 30. So on that drive where I was up 14, I was like, you know what? I don't want to settle for a 2 to 6 field goal here, miss it and then be like, oh, now, Tyke's got a chance to score 2 TDs. So I got a little bit more aggressive on third down with the flat passing because I kind of knew he was going to call maybe run in those short yardage situations, and that enabled me to kind of drive the ball down there, and I ended up getting the TD. Obviously, that was the best of both worlds. But
Yeah. That was
that
the
one,
drive.
I really wanted the field goal on that one to go up 17. I figured that would really put a cinch on it.
But you passed on first down. You weren't playing for the field goal there. I figured run, play for the field goal, kind of like what you just said, but you didn't. You passed. Tyke was thinking the same thing. You got guessed wrong and you scored a touchdown. That was by far the most important and the most impressive drive. You had, I think, 3 or 4 consecutive third down conversions there.
Yeah.
Sort of caught 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. I mean, one of those was a 2nd and 10 where he put 2 linebackers in the zone, guessed wrong, went to Riggs' card, got 6, set up another 3rd and 4, which set up another opportunity for him to call run, which he did. You went flat, got the first down. Just a well orchestrated drive there. Really nicely done.
Yeah, it's a lot of luck too. I mean, those situations, they're almost 50-50s. Not only do you have to get the call right, but then you got to hit your card or a receiver. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you
And
can't
not fumble.
Yeah, I also fumbled on that drive once, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. And one of McKinnon's third down catches was a fumble split.
Yeah. Yeah. It
So
was crazy.
You didn't hear this in the broadcast, but Anthony has decided to play Pittsburgh. He basically announced that he'd play the winner of this game, whoever won.
Right.
So it was going to be either against Pittsburgh or Ann Arbor, and it looks like the regular season game between you two. I'm assuming this was played by you guys, right?
Yeah, it was.
Ron didn't only played one game before he bowed out, but 21-18. It was 21-10 with a late touchdown. Do you guys remember anything about your regular season matchup? I see Pittsburgh had a lot more first downs.
He's Anthony's Rochester, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Erie.
Yeah, it was 14-11. Anthony actually, he should have been up a lot more on me. Rochester, Pittsburgh. There you go.
I'm on the wrong thing. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think you're on Pittsburgh.
There we go.
Yeah, the Anthony should have had a much bigger lead. It ended up he drive the ball and then get stuck or miss field goals, or I forget what exactly happened, but I was lucky to be even in the game. What did I get, a special teams TD?
Yeah, you had
I couldn't
an
do
interception
anything.
return. Yeah, an interception return for a touchdown.
I was going in for a three score lead,
Right.
and it was, I think, a look in, maybe short. I don't know, but and it was returned for.
Yeah, it was a 2 or 12 TD. You're right. It was not a flat.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I couldn't do anything against Anthony. I mean, if you look at the yards there, 221, 3.8. Look, we 7.0. I mean, 7.0. I mean, I obviously very lucky to hold him to 14 points. I mean, that doesn't happen when someone's 7 yards of play. You're not going to hold them to 14 points. It's impossible.
Yep. But you never know what's going to happen in strat. So, you just need a couple of those fluke turnovers to go your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got a Kevin Clark fumble that game. I did not get a McKinnon fumble.
Yeah.
Michael tended to get to my 40 or so. On his first drive he did. He recovered that punt fumble at the 40 going in plus territory. He spent a lot of time in plus territory, but then just started missing runs, or a linebacker made the play, that sort of thing. One of those two things happened. And consistently you guessed wrong runs.
Yeah.
And
Another key,
it looks like
4 fumbles, and I recovered all of them.
Oh yeah,
and I fumbled 3 times. So
right.
Yeah, I mean, he should have really blown me out. I was very lucky to even stay in the game.
You'll need that luck and then a little bit more in the playoff game.
Sure.
So.
It's going to be it's a very comfortable position for Rochester in this matchup on defense. Like, I don't have to think much. There's not many pathways. You got to hit numbers if you're Pittsburgh, and of course you could. Where the game can fall apart for Rochester is on offense. If White fumbles, which he can do, if Michael does his usual well-called defensive game, I mean, that's where the game could turn if get another Clark fumble, get another White fumble. I'm a much less strong position on my side of the ball. Both defenses have a good shot of success, even though you saw that 380 and 7 yards per play. That's because Wilson was hitting his 5. I mean, Dennis, I have hit Wilson's 5 more times in one game, probably on 4 occasions individually, than Geno Smith hit a long pass in autumn wind, guessed right last year on 5 for the entire season. Wilson just hits that 5, and it's like, where was that in autumn wind? I could not buy a 5. When he just hits it over and over again, it's kind of crazy. Pretty soon that's going to run out, I imagine. Hopefully not these next 2 games.
That's all you need is two more games.
If I get to the second game. What's that?
Yeah, I said you only need it for 2 more games, so you just keep rolling, keep on rolling. So that's what Michael was telling me too, is that I was like passing deep too much, but I'm like, the hits on Marino's card are not that much different than on deep or short, just like
that's Wilson's card.
I know, but it's the same situation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
It's the same thing. You got 19 completions over there, 3rd and 10, and you kept throwing deep when you needed first downs, or even just a field goal.
But I got 16 completions, guessed right, long.
Yeah. I mean,
so I just was trying to hit the long ones.
Listen. You know what? There was something in the water that game. You guys were just both throwing up the ball. It's contagious. It's like someone who yawns and the other guy yawns. You were like, if he's going to throw these bombs, I'm throwing them around the bombs.
Exactly.
I'm throwing the bombs too.
Exactly. I need to get some justice from Marino.
Yeah. I did want to tell you, I'm all for the bombs too, but once in a while you could have stuck in a couple short passes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. But it seemed like every time I was throwing short, I was hitting 8, and I know I could have plus 34.
That's the best part about it is the 8. If you don't hit the 8, you should. Most likely it's going to be complete short. You roll the 8, and then you go. It's the only miss.
Yeah, and then on the conversely, 5, 6, 7 short is a hit. 5, 6, 7 long is our blanks. So
exactly right. So it's like you either hit one or the other, right?
I mean, if you look at those cards, Marino versus Wilson, right? I mean, number 2 quarterback taken versus number 15 taken. It's all about columns more than complete. It's about columns. I mean, Wilson has a flat pass column and a long pass column that will get the job done, right?
Yep.
The only you're tempted to throw short more, Dennis, because you've got a short pass column where Wilson doesn't. But the only difference between those 2 guys really is 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 is what it is the difference. Otherwise, Wilson's right there with him. Now, 3rd and 10 means a lot. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But 3rd and short, I'd rather have Wilson.
Yeah. Those flat passes.
I can go deep. I can go flat. I can run.
Yep. And then Pittsburgh, Steve DeBerg and Vinny Testaverde. He's got that same kind of situation. He can go deep. He can go flat. So
you got the line.
A little bit better chances. A little bit better chances on the short pass.
Michael and I talked about this at length, and I know Ron was probably kind of absent, and you were probably throwing picks up there for him, Dennis, for the most part, right?
Yes.
I understand why he went for Chicago receivers because you get the return package, and they'll probably burn me this game. You'll probably hit Galt for 3 long gains, Michael. But
McKinnon touchdown on the punt return.
Yeah,
that got Dennis.
But I would like better receivers. I would have waited on the receivers a bit and get better DBs. Well, those 2-4 corners are, puts Michael in a bind pretty much against everybody. You've got to pick his poison. Michael, you're sort of forced to pick your poison with those 2.
Yeah, it is problematic. It's a bullseye going deep.
Yeah.
I was lucky today. He didn't hit any long gains on me. He got a 27. He got a 31. How about I hit the double team 31 too? He must have been pissed.
Yes.
And
that was your specialty against me too. Your specialty against me. I think you hit 2 long passes, 2 men in zone on the defensive card. on my good D, you hit the receiver on 3, I think.
Yeah.
That's where it
yeah,
is.
3 or 4.
And you
yeah.
completed 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Very, very fortunate.
You're muted, Dennis. Maybe he knows he's
Uh,
muted.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I got it. I was just gonna say congratulations again to Mike. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I gotta go
Okay.
take care of my kiddos. So, congratulations to Anthony for closing on your house, moving.
Yeah. Congrats,
You-
Ian.
Yeah, Mike,
You
I
guys
was
got-
saying to Dennis earlier, sorry, Dennis, to make this go longer, that I don't know what my internet situation is going to be when I move
Okay.
in tomorrow. I should have it connected here in the next couple of days. I'll let you know.
Okay. Great.
Sounds great.
Thank
And,
you, Dennis, for broadcasting. And thank you, Anthony. You too.
Yeah, and let's coordinate the last 2 games or the last 3 games to make sure that all 3 of those are broadcast too between the
Sure.
3 of us. All right, guys, take care.
Thank you.